Hello, Alex. Could you please give an introduction about yourself?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm 18. I'm from Canada, and yeah, that's me.
Okay. So far, we know 18 from Canada. How did you find out about Hustlers University?
Um, it's a long story. I would say 2 years ago, a bald rich man was on my TikTok feed, and he was interesting. So I listened much. I listened a lot of his content, and I found out about HU, Oslo University, and I was like, I'll go for it. And back in February, I subscribed to HU, and the story began.
Okay. And which campuses did you choose to get into?
Copywriting.
Instantly into copywriting. Have you gone to any other since, or have you just purely been focusing on copywriting?
At the beginning, yeah, it's like I was super excited, so I tried like all of them or almost, but
Mhm.
at certain moment I was like I need to focus on one, and that's what I did, and that's why it works.
Okay. So explain from when you joined up until now, as much you remember, month by month, what was it like learning copywriting? At what point did you land your first client? How did you land that client? Basically, anything that comes to mind in that time period.
Um, Back in like I said, back in February, maybe 4 months ago. I, at first I was super excited, like a lot of stuff that we don't learn in school, and I was like, oh, I know secret stuff or something like that. So I was super excited, and it was a grind, and it's still a grind till today, and it will be a grind. So that's what I like about it. I that's why I keep pushing. Um, and the most exciting part it's when Coach Andrew told us like try this in real life, like try this outreach for example, and try to land one client or clients. And I think the first try, like for the first client to testimonials and stuff like that, first time I tried, I landed like a testimonial client. So I was like, oh, okay, that works. That worked. So I was like, oh, okay. And after that, it was I learned a lot with the copywriting bootcamp, and I landed my first client. I would say 2 or 3 weeks after I joined Oslo University, and it was a $500 client. He was in finance, and it was my first ever contract was $500 for 6 months. So yeah, that was not the most lucrative contract, but it was my first experience, and I was super excited. And I'm still in this contract as of right now. So
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, that's my story.
Okay, let's start with that then. $500 in 6 months. What services did you tell him that you'll provide him?
Social media marketing, SEO, and email copywriting.
So yeah, quite a lot. And then did that lead to anything after that? After that client?
Yeah, because I over deliver, he referred me to my second client, and that second client was 2,000 a month. And yeah, that was like I was super excited and super happy about it because I was like, oh, okay, because I over deliver, that
Mhm.
led me this client. So yeah, and it's a good money for 18 years old. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
and after that,
Explain
yeah.
some more. What is required of you for 2000 a month? What are you doing for that client?
Um, the same thing for the finance guy. The same services. So social media marketing, SEO, and email copywriting.
Mhm.
And email copywriting, I started like in, I would say, not talent, but I would say I'm specialized in copywriting and email copywriting and stuff like that. and I earned him, I think, over 8,000 or 10,000. He has like a small list of on his email list, but
Mhm.
he got a good return on his investment. So yeah.
All right. So since you're in this position now, what would you say to people who are starting out in copywriting? And they're thinking, man, how am I going to get clients? How is this going to work? How am I going to scale this? So, from what you see, having gone through that, what advice do you have to those people?
Um, that I would say that it's normal at first to have questions and like to be, oh, it will can can it work or not at all, but you need to keep pushing. Like, you need to work and you need to want to win, and you need to dedicate yourself to your time management, your their copywriting, and I would say your health too. It sounds crazy, but it helps me a lot of time, like to go train or to take a run, or like it helps your mindset and your mind, and yeah. But for the copywriting, like, it's not easy, and that's why making money or make like achieving certain objective, it's super valuable, because it's not easy. It's not everyone that will make, for example, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. Because if it was easy, everybody wouldn't care about like making six figures or seven figures.
Or, and in this case, then, how much have you made in total from all your clients combined?
Over 10,000 since I've joined back in mid February. Yeah.
Okay. And again, this is something you can scale indefinitely, pretty much, because there's things in the
Yeah.
future you can build a company out of, or there's a lot of
Yeah.
actual costs you can take for it.
Yeah. 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 My I try as of right now to land a deal for 3,000 a month, but for a revenue share. So that's something that I want to try, like a revenue share deal. So um, for me, it's something scalable because it's a big business. So
Mhm.
um, like revenue share deal for me can be something that you can scale
Yeah,
along
yeah,
the way. Yeah.
right. Especially if whatever is being sold, the product, service, community, whatever, if there's actually good value in that, then for sure, very scalable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
back in I think I forgot this part and other questions. Um,
Mhm.
and back in May 30th, so 2 weeks ago, I landed a $8,000 client. Um, he's a crypto coach, and he have over 10,000 subscribers on his email list, and 8,000, like, bang, for me was awesome, because like for some people in Canada, that's like 2 months of work, 2 months of like 40 hours a week of work, and for this guy, the it was only email copywriting, and it per week, it's it's maybe, with the research and stuff like that, maybe 10 hours a week just for him, but it's $8,000, so that's great. And I've heard him over 25K, so
Mhm.
got a great return on his investment too.
Again, this is you learning copywriting since February. It
Yeah.
was February this year, just to confirm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 4 months, basically. Like you've gone this far already. So
Yeah.
again, like, it's insane how much more you can scale this. And as you said yourself, you just got an $8,000 client for which you have to put in 10 hours a week. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, at 18 years old. Yeah. And since that's the case, then how has your mindset changed? The way you are now compared to before you joined Hustlers University? Like, what's the difference
Well,
there?
oh, I'm not the same. and for a lot of areas in my life, like time management. That's crazy. Before HU, I was scrolling on TikTok, Instagram. Like I was losing so much time on not on stupid stuff like TikTok and Instagram. Um, and now I'm I'm awake maybe an hour or two before I was awake. Like before I joined HU. Um, I go to sleep earlier. Um, I don't take my phone with me when I go to bed. Um, and like I said, the training is a big part since I've joined HU. Um, I dedicate probably I would say 15 hours a week or 20 hours a week to the training, and I would say the rest or 90% I dedicated to the lessons in the Austria University, and to put the work for my clients and for my agency. So yeah,
Clearly, that's a considerate change within yourself. So, what do
yeah,
people around you say about that? Like, clearly, they've noticed that you've changed, right?
yeah. My like my parents are quite older. They're in their 50s, so that's not the uh, it's not like the same generation like at all. So all the online stuff they don't know about that. Like the things they know right now, it's because of me. So when I've told them about like what I do and what can I earn and what I earn from like online stuff, they were like, oh, they were they were skeptical at first. I think as of right now they're still skeptical, but I think it's normal because they're like I said they're in their 50s, almost 60s. But in a year when I will like when I'll earn like six figures a year, they're not gonna be
You
skeptical.
mean 6 figures a month?
Six figures a month in a year, I would like to, but I
Mhm.
think six figures in a year, it's most realistic.
But like,
But
you're definitely achieving that. That's like not even a question. That's happening.
yeah, yeah, but I need to keep pushing.
Okay.
Like I need to
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
to
of
to
course.
achieve that. But six figures a month, that's like a million a year.
Mhm.
I would like to achieve that in 3 years.
You can do it in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Just half the time.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Um, so speaking of all this, what plans did you have before you joined HU? Where did you think your life was heading? And yeah, what plans did you have?
I was a hockey player, but hockey player for a
Mhm.
in Canada it's called junior level, but like not professional hockey. So it was a I would say an entertainment, and it was a sport. So it was good for my body and stuff like that. But it was not like a future thing for me. And no jobs, like normal jobs, like in administration. So like not something big or something in business or not in medicine or so it was a path for like a normal job, and it's good for the people who were like I love that kind of job, but for me I would have been um, sad like to be in this type of job because it was not for me, I would say.
Mhm. And I wonder what it is that it's a certain type of mindset for people that say, like, this isn't for me. I'm going to choose a different route. I'm going to make my own path. I just wonder, do you have any idea for what it is that gives people that mindset? Like, do you know what it was within you that gave you that?
To change or to try something else.
just yeah, to not go down the traditional route, but do something of your own.
Oh, I'm a bit I have a lot of resistance in me. So if you try to push something too hard on me, like go to jobs, don't try business, it's too risky. I'm like, I'll go try a business. That's
Mhm.
weird. Like, why are you telling me that? Um, but I was all since probably no joke, since probably 12 or 13 years old. I was like, I would like to have my project, my project that I work on in the future, and that project was business. But at 13 years old, I didn't know like nothing since if I compare to like right now, and it's crazy the value that we have in HU because, like I said, with one of my friend, I think uh, a week or so before joining HU, I was like, if um, if in a certain situation I earn zero in HU, I would still consider that like I have a huge return on my investment because the value that is in there, it's like priceless, to be honest. So yeah, because all the stuff that we learn in there, you don't you don't learn this stuff like in school.
Mhm. Indeed, exactly right. And then, since you're on this trajectory, where do you see your life heading in the short term, medium term, and long term?
Short term, short term, I would like to. That's a good question, eh? I would like in the next 3 months to earn over 40,000. So to reach like the 50,000 marks.
Mhm.
So it's huge, but I'll try. Like
That's a
definitely.
good goal. I like
Um,
it.
yeah. In the middle term, I would say. So uh, in 6 to 9 months, I will try between the 75 to 100K in 9 to 12 months. I'll try the 125 to 175. That's huge, but I know I will win. I know I will win. So yeah, but
Good.
if I can say like for my extra long term plan, um, my plan like is to I like I have like a certain plan, but that's for like I would say 5 to 7 years plan. So that's a long term stuff, but it's for my agency and scaling it to um, like delegating it, like give the job to others
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
Outsourcing.
yeah. So yeah,
Mhm. Good. Super cool. And to keep you accountable, we can do a follow up when you hit the 50K mark. I think that would make a
yeah,
very good follow up to see how you're doing, how you're progressing, how's everything going for you, how much more you've improved in that time. So let's do
yeah.
it for that. You'll message me as soon as you hit the 50K, and we'll do the follow up then. And we can wrap this interview up with a final question. So, for people who are unsure about joining Hustlers University, because they're thinking, man, for $50, they're going to scam me. I need to spend it on, I don't know, coffee instead. What advice
Starbucks.
would you have to those people?
Um, that you're the scam. Like the people who say this thing, you're the scam. Like it's you're giving yourself an excuse to not try this. In I would say that like the kind of people who say that, they're scared because they know that they will, if they want to win in HU, they will win. And I, it's as crazy as maybe this sound, I think they fear that they will succeed. I don't know if like
I know
you
what you mean.
can,
It's
yeah,
because
because they're like, oh,
they've
maybe,
gotten comfortable technically with how their life is. It's like not comfortable, but they're used to it. And it's actually for some people they don't realize it, but subconsciously, their subconscious wants to stay in one place because it doesn't like change. So even though consciously
yeah,
they might think they want improvements, they want to do better, subconsciously it won't let them. I think that's what you mean,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And the mind is something big. Like if you can't control your mind and your emotions, it's hard. But like we learn all that stuff in HU, like time management and mind, and yeah, so
Yeah.
that's all that great stuff is in there. So yeah,
Okay. So Alex, thank you for coming on. It was great to hear your story.
thanks.
For people who might be interested in following you or finding out more about you, are there any links you'd want to give, or do you prefer to stay anonymous in that sense?
Um, I can't. I have my Instagram right
Hmm.
now. Um, Alex BLAIS underscore 64. So I'll write it on paper.
Yeah, and I'll add it to the description of the video, so anyone who's
Great,
interested will be able to click there and check it out.
great,
And yeah, Alex, again, thank you for coming on, for sharing your story. We'll do that follow up once you've hit 50K. Let's see
for sure.
how much different you are at that point, because it's been 4 months and you've changed so much, as you say, in that time. So who knows, like how much more you'll change, what other stories you'll have to tell, what other clients you'll have landed, and yeah, I look forward to that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All the best to you. Until then.